What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. If you guys don't know by now, there is a situation going on with Essence and the CEO, Caroline Wanga. Caroline Wanga is a Kenyan American, and what happened with her that is very interesting. Number one, she worked at Target under the DEI program. Now, her story is a little interesting. She was born in Kenya, migrated with her family to America, became a single mother, and graduated college. Her family was like instructor or something like that, so she was kind of the black sheep. Got her life together, worked at Target, then went over to Essence. He's a real big, radical LGBTQ supporter, Democratic supporter, things like that. I mean, what black Democrats do. That's what she is. And then once she got over to Essence, she was able to make a deal with her ex-employer. I don't know if it was before she got there, but Target became a title sponsor of Essence. Now, this is important to know because a lot of black Americans felt some kind of way about Target eliminating the DEI program, a program that Caroline Wanga herself benefited from. Once she got over to Essence, Target became a sponsor in 2022. With that being said, Target eliminates their DEI program earlier this year, and they are still allowed at Essence Festival. And this is a contradiction to how many people in the black American community actually feel. That's a big problem for a lot of black Americans because the boycott was supposed to go against Target, and other influencers like Kai Cenat face that same criticism. Yet and still, here is Target at Essence Festival. Strike number one. Strike number two, the inclusion of African diaspora's role in Essence Festival. Now, when it comes to Essence historically, since I believe 1995, in which it was created in New Orleans, it has been the celebration of black culture, black foods, black American vendors. I'm pretty sure you've seen some Africans and Caribbeans there at a certain point, but they were not the star of the show. Now we saw all of these different African foods, African dishes. It was enough to sway the opinions of black Americans. Even certain things were starting late. And again, I'm not trying to hate on Africans, but again, being at Essence is owned by Africans, I will tell you that African time is more severe than black American time. All right, I'm like, starting late is something that happens a lot here. Okay, and then the African culture is real big. So people start pointing to the lack of execution. Yesterday, August 25th, Caroline Wanga resigned based on health reasons, allegedly. All right, brother Tariq Nasheed then weighed in on this situation.
Essence Fest this year, the backlash was fueled by foundational black American voices. Listen, Essence was criticized because they were culturally off-brand. It was chaotic and it was really unwelcoming to the core audience that built the legacy of Essence, foundational black Americans. And, social media, it just erupted with videos, live commentary, exposés about how the event just felt infiltrated. It felt detached from the culture, and it was the foundational black American community speaking up about it. Yeah, people just felt like it was being hijacked by non-FBA agendas. And the foundational black American community, they were exposing that co-opting in real time. The way the panels were lined up, the vendors' selections, the social themes. Yeah, a lot of foundational black Americans just felt that this Essence Fest tried to center pan-African and Caribbean and Afro-Latino narratives in a way that really silenced or sidelined the specific lineage-based experiences of foundational black Americans. You see? We're just not having the co-opting no more. People think this shit is a game. We're not having this co-opting no more. You're not going to sit up here and impose these different cultures on us and minimize our culture when the Essence Fest was built off of the greatness of foundational black American culture. Yeah. People took to Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. They were calling out all of the misrepresentation. And they were breaking down how the Essence has been slowly distancing themselves from the FBA demographic, trying to globalize by really bringing in all of these non-FBAs, linking them onto our legacy, and then slowly flipping us into the Afro beats culture.
I will agree with Brother Tariq on a few things. Number one, since this hashtag ADOS and hashtag FBA grassroots movement has grown, I have seen the most cultural unity between both of these groups, which are pretty much the same thing. Especially now with FBA, which is more stronger now than I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen the culture being gatekept in a manner in which it is now. There is definitely barriers of inclusion right now than it has ever been. The Black American culture is becoming more of an exclusive group. And so what I'm seeing is people being more upfront about it and talking about what is and what is not the culture. And then you see it when it comes to situations like the DI and Target thing. A Target CEO being fired. Now, Caroline Wanga, and, honestly, she may have been sick, but, stepping down right after the Essence Festival, it shows that she didn't want to put up with all of this. And again, she was a person that was Pan-African, and why can't blacks work together and come together? They're separating us. And you know what? I live in Africa, and I'm just going to tell you the God's honest truth. When it comes to Pan-Africanism, I'm a Pan-Africanist by theory, but there's no parity in Pan-Africanism, and it will never be. There is no parity in Pan-Africanism, and it will never be. One side will always give more than the other side, because if one group is used to living on survival than the other group, there is no Pan-Africanism. In Africa, or you could even point to some people maybe in Black America, but I would definitely say in Africa, if you're surviving, you can't collaborate. Most African and African diasporas are trying to survive and do something for themselves and for their family. And so what it turns into is, what's in it for me, okay? What's in it for me? If it means me coming into your arena and claiming what you got, I'll do that. The same thing could even be said, hey, Black Americans in Africa or whatever else, but it's less of that in my honest opinion. So that's why this doesn't work, because one group benefits from the other. When you come to Africa, you have to benefit them because you're already coming in with more. Like, you have to benefit them. There's a saying here in Uganda, what are you adding on us? Black Americans don't necessarily say that to Africans or blacks or Jamaicans when we interact with them in America. We don't say, what are you adding on us? But they definitely will say that to you. So now when people have that mentality of, I'm in this for me, and then you meet them as Black Americans, not to say everybody is cool, but hey, people are there for themselves. The reason why Africans are coming to America is not for you. They're coming there for themselves. So now the gatekeeping is necessary of the culture, because the people who are coming into the community are collaborating in the community. They're already trying to survive. You can go to Dubai. Go to Dubai. You'll see so many beautiful African people in Dubai. I've had podcasts, people in the Ugandan community complain about the lack of collaboration within Ugandans in Dubai. Now, I did hear them say one group does it, and it's the Nigerians. But they look at the Philippines, the Filipinos, the Indians, they're surviving, but they can help each other. But the Africans have more of a problem with that. And so now, if those same people come to America with that same mentality, it's more difficult, right? So Black Americans have to understand that this is what the reality is. This don't make Africans bad people. It don't make Caribbeans bad people. But if they're coming to America, and usually that is the case, they're coming there for a better life, and they're not coming there because of you. So when you're trying to work with Pan-Africanism around the globe, and that's a Nigerian going to Ghana, a Haitian going to Bermuda or whatever, it has a hard time working, because somebody gotta suffer, somebody gotta sacrifice for somebody to win. And people don't always reciprocate in life, right? So then now that's the situation. Here's the other problem. You want to control your culture, you got to own it. You can't sit back and let a Liberian buy Essence when Black Americans got 90% of the Black American money. It's a disgrace. There's no way you can be so concerned about the culture and don't want to own the culture. That's a serious criticism of us. You can't really talk about stuff when you don't really own it, right? And that's the problem. Like, okay, we got her fired, but the African guy still owns it. So then the real smart thing is to say, can we buy Essence from them? We need to buy Essence from them. This is our culture, our community, and nobody's talking about that, all right? So in the meantime, the thing I want to say is, if you want to own and complain about what you do, make sure you own it. Our forefathers talked to us about owning our culture. If you don't own it, somebody else is gonna own it, and they're gonna do whatever they want to do with it, and they don't really care about you being mad. It's the God's honest truth. You can get mad about it, you can get upset, but it is what it is. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We out.